Carmen Thomas never quite had an idea of what she wanted to do in life, but when family's at risk, Carmen always finds a way. This came as no surprise when Thomas lost her younger brother, Sean Prude, who was fatally shot on Akron's east side.
He didn't do no wrong in my eyes. He was always so happy. He didn't do no wrong.
Sean had not only been a brother, but a son and also a father.
Problems started when he found out his girlfriend was pregnant. And he just wanted to get money.
In Akron, Ohio, the crime rate stands at 1.8 times the national average. This can be tough, especially without the guidance of a father and then becoming one.
He wanted his daughter and him and everybody around him to have a good life. So after he had the baby, he just was like, oh, what do I got to do to get some money? I need some money to support the family.
According to citydata.com, in 2018, there had been 38 homicides in Akron, including Sean's. Being so familiar with crime in your city, a person could think it's not possible to lose their own loved one to gang violence, but it could be anyone.
I heard that Sean was in stuff. He was in the gang. He had guns. You know, he sold weed. He was in the streets. I always kind of thought that maybe somebody would try to hurt him or shoot him or kill him, but I never wanted it to really happen. But the way he was going, the path he was hitting, yeah.
Even with the loss of her brother, Carmen hasn't let his spirit be forgotten. Thomas is making a change in her community by bringing people together, hosting a back-to-school giveaway in her childhood neighborhood, and starting her own nonprofit, Truly a Blessing, LLC.
When Sean got killed, I was kind of hurt. I wasn't focused. I wasn't thinking right. I'm giving away school supplies, school clothes. People that can't afford, like their mom. If their mom's struggling, their mom needs some help, I'm helping. I'm giving out clothes. And I didn't want kids to go to school feeling like, oh, I'm looking like this and other kids are looking like this. So I did it. We grew up in that era, so I know how it is growing up.
Thomas is a very active parent, always at outings, either a school event or a football game, with her 6-year-old Darnell. However, there are plenty more people Thomas plans to help, helping her find peace of mind, never forgetting that day in December.
You don't have to go out to sell drugs or to be in the streets stealing, robbing to get what you want. You can always ask somebody. There's people out there that will help you. To be honest, you can't be out here doing bad to people and you expect bad not to come back on you. Yeah. You know?
As of 2019, Akron has one of the highest crime rates in the United States, and in the last 5 years has seen an increase in violent crime. But with that being said, Thomas is not giving up on her mission to make her city a better place.
I'm just staying busy. I'm going to church more, getting counseling. I'm in his kid's life more. Yeah, I have a son that needs me, so I can't fail. I can't break down because he needs me. He's looking up to me, so I'm just staying strong for him and his kids.
We may all not see ourselves as leaders, but we never know when the world may need us. And that even in death, there can be strength in never forgetting and loving someone, even if forever doesn't last too long these days.
I want to become a better person. I want to raise my son. I want to raise his kids. I just want to stay busy and stay positive and be able to help people and inspire people. Working on daycare, starting up a daycare. I wanted to start up a group home. I wanted to do a non-profit organization for people that if you don't got nobody to talk to, you can come here. You don't got nowhere to go, you can come here. You need some help, you can come here and we'll help you.
This is Angel Fall for WestViews.
I'm Stephen Edwards. I'm a student filmmaker and photographer. What really captivates me, what really catches my attention, and I guess my passion with videography, filmmaking, and photography is the ability to tell a story or to show something from a different light or a different perspective. And there's the documentary style of that, and there's also the more creative style. And I tend to lean more towards the creativity of it, and being able to like write a story and be able to show that. A lot of times when I showcase that, there are underlying messages, there are certain meanings that I like to leave open to interpretation, but I also want the audience to just enjoy it. You know, I don't want to be constantly pushing things down people's throats. You know, I don't want to be the person that's always trying to, you know, raise awareness for a cause. For me, I think that there's a certain level of entertainment to it that people need. You know, like comedy. People need good comedies. People, dramas. People like to get lost into something, and they can't wait till the next episode comes out on television or whatever it may be. But for me, it was always that aspect of storytelling, whether it be creative or documentary style, that's always pulled me in. And I feel like with the right lighting and the right music and sound is huge. That to me is what makes a video. The camera angles, the transitions, all that stuff, to me that's secondary. It's always been about the sound and lighting.
But maybe we can give him another chance. The darkness comes. I must make this decision soon. For you, Vivian, whom I admire most of all the Guardians, I do this. Come with me. Your attempt is forgiven. You have so much more to experience. Never lose sight of the love that is in your life. Seek not fulfillment for the simple joys in life, but instead let love flow out of you like a freshly formed spring. Remember these words and never forget them. You're a good man. You have so much to offer the world. Your time is not now.
You know, before I even could afford my camera, I was reading these books and understanding it, watching YouTube videos, doing everything I could possible to understand my trade and or my hobby or my area of interest, I guess you would say. I don't know what to call it, but right now that I'm getting more serious about it, you know, I would consider this to be more of a profession. I want to do this for a life or for a living. I want to make a living off of this. So one of the things I did was, and it's pretty funny, is whenever I got my camera, finally the day came and it was in the mail, I went downstairs and I got it from the mailroom, and I came upstairs and immediately just tore the packaging apart and opened it up, and it was like Christmas morning for me, you know. That night I shot for like maybe 4 hours, and I had these like little bitty baby LED lights that I already had ready. I had this app on my phone where I can create different colors and stuff. So what I did was I set up my phone and these little finger LED lights, and I used my buddy here. And he was my first ever model. And I spent like 4 hours with him and just snapped away. And I always started off on manual. I wanted to learn by trial by error. I wanted to truly understand it. And to this day, I don't ever use automatic modes. I never have. And even now, so when I go out, I even start taking shots. I'll shoot with manual focus, manual everything. And what that does is it teaches you to have complete control of your tool, your camera and your lens. For instance, I did a shoot one time with animals. I was at my girlfriend's work, and we had all these dogs and cats, you know, and they wanted to have shots. Well, when you're taking a shot of something and it's moving around constantly, which is the worst, by the way, if you have your camera on automatic focus, it has to find a subject or find that point that you want it to see and be the clearest point of that subject, and it has to focus it. So there's a delay, a big delay, and by the time you're ready to take the shot, the cat or dog's already moved. You've missed your chance. And I think that day was a big, you know, learning point for me, because I flipped my camera into manual mode for focus, and I just started finding where the eyes were, and I just started snap, 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 and I was able to pull a lot more pictures. I was able to get a lot more shots out of that. And you know, it's little things like that that has taught me as a photographer, not so much a filmmaker, but as a photographer, how to have complete control of your tools. Like, don't rely on these crutches that they provide for you. Starting out, that's fine, but you have to venture out past that. It just so happens with me, I never really even went down that road. You know, and like I said, I have this analogy I like to say. If you have trouble setting the clock on your microwave, you're probably going to have some trouble working around your DSLR. For me, I can look at a microwave and play around with it, or the car clock, and I can, you know, set it really quickly. It's just, you have to be able to get into something and look around and try to figure out how it works. And then once you understand that, then you start to understand that you can break certain rules, or you can bend them, or you can use certain things to your advantage. And as a photographer, or as an artist, filmographer, or videographer, you can really create some stunning images. And that, to me, is a very special thing.